Yo, Aunt B in Beverly Hillsboro. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com. And I'm going to cut transition gray lenses for your Versace 3218, the color GB1, the classic black and gold, and the 53 eye side. This frame is hot right now, flying off the shelf. Everyone's got one, but I want to take 1 minute and stop and say thank you. Aunt B is a local businessman. He's been with me for years. He was one of the people who got the first pair of glasses I sold, saw me in my early career, recognized the skills that I offered, would always get 2 pair at a time. If you go back and do a search of my YouTube videos, you will see he's gotten some Cazals, Versace's, Gucci's, other things for me, and he's sticking with me to this day. He got a pair of Polos and this pair of Versace's I'm about to do, and then called me as soon as I left and said he wants to get 2 more pair of Cazals. And I just want to thank you. It's nice, the rewards I get from doing my job well, but it's even nicer when people keep coming back, especially local businessmen who know the struggles, who compete with the giant corporations out there. And Aunt B, I just want to say thank you, dog. You were the guy. You knew me in the beginning. You stuck with me, and I can't say enough to pay my respects right back to you. So let me go ahead and begin and get this knocked out so you can start rocking these Versace's. It comes in the Italian leather hard shell case, your Versace cleaning cloth. Of course, this frame you guys have come to see. I've been cutting a few of them as of recently. This is of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together while it's being shipped from Italy. And that's the same way I will ship to you guys out there watching this video. For Aunt B, I'm going to personally deliver these to him, to his business, because I got crazy respect for him. He's like me from 10 years ago, and now he's a great mentor and lets me know I'm on the right path, and keep hustling, keep grinding, and good things will come. So this is, of course, the 3218 color GB1, the classic black and gold, and the 53 eye size. It also comes in a 55, the shiny black and gold. It's got the Medusa and the Versace Greco, the Greek geometric pattern as they call it, the Medusa and Greco on each side. So let me begin by taking out the original demo lenses, popping those out, putting the frame into the tracing element of my blocker. He is Secret Agent 748 today, or as I like to say, installment 748 of my 325.7 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So one of the good things about me barcoding this into the computer, that years from now, should he or anyone else who gets glasses from me need new lenses for their frames, I can pull this up, cut them to the same shape, and you can fit them at home. Pop them right in. After watching this video, you'll see what I do. So a little stylus is going to pop up, and it's going to go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you'll receive 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they're prescription or not. So that is the shape it will be cutting right there. Let's move on to the next screen. Pupillary distance is 33.5. I'm going to enter that in, and the computer starts at 32.5. So I'm going to tap this plus button a couple times so we raise it up to that. Let's come down here to the lensometer. Minus 150, minus 1 at 102. Let's go ahead and spin that fine tune knob to 102. Minus 150, minus 1. Let's put the power drum on minus. Let me zero everything out. Okay. Minus 150. Minus 150, minus 1. Go ahead and take the lens out of the protective packet that it comes in. Put it in there. Rotate until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check your astigmatism correction. Make sure everything's lined up perfectly. And we're going to put 3 dots on the lens. 3rd dot never wants to cooperate. And this is the right lens. Let's do the same thing for the left. Minus 1 1/4, minus 75 at 67. Minus 1 1/4, minus 75 at 67. Open up the packet. Take the lens out. Put the power drum on minus 1 1/4. Rotate the lens until the spherical component part of the prescription, the minus 1 1/4, comes in clearly. Check the astigmatism correction. That's lining up well. Put 3 dots on there. Come on, dots. Come on now, work with me, work with me. Yo, where's my dots at? There we go. That one just didn't want to cooperate. And we're going to label this one L for not right, which is Latin. By the way, L means translates to not right. And if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. I don't care what y'all say. I think that's funny. So, the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. That blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eyes just inset from there. And actually, we're going to raise up the optical center height too. Let's go, let's do 22. I'm going to tap the plus button until we get up to 22. We're going to raise the lens up so that that black dot is going to sit directly in front of your pupil. And these other 2 dots tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. Hit that button. Oop, 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 oop. Pull it away, eject, abort, abort. So, this is a block. I need to attach this to your lens. I need to put a sticker on here. I need to put it in there, then I can hit the button. So, I've got 2 double-sided adhesive stickers here. My video this morning, I ran out, so I put some more there. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to line that up there. Do the same thing now on this block. Line that up. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a silver button that is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice today. The first time, it's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the arm. Flip that back over to R, which is Latin for not left. Okay, it's Aramaic, it's something. It's, okay, y'all get back to me on that. I've already forgotten what we were talking about. Okay, so the black dot goes in the center of those 2 dots there. Now I can hit the button and place the block onto the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, just like me. That's my lens, yo. I ain't right either. So let's take that one. Your pupillary distance for your left eye is 34. The computer has mirrored the left side, the right side, so from 33.5, I'm going to tap the plus button 1 time. It goes up in 0.5 millimeter increments. It stays on the same optical center height. That has been mirrored. And we're going to get everything lined up perfectly. Hit the button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the left lens. Now, this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your own kitchen counter. Then you won't need this guy with the 2 thumbs and the bad jokes to do it for you. So, let's go ahead and wake up the computer. Wakey, wakey. So that is the shape that I'll be cutting today. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that, but we're going to stay on polycarbonate. This is not a drill. This shows that we're doing a metal or xyl frame and not a string mount. I'm not going to polish the edge of your lens because it won't be seen in this frame anyway. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface. I'm only going to put a safety bevel on the rear concave surface of the lens. Let's go ahead and press the chuck on there, the block onto the lens, and then the magnet is going to do its job a second time as it attaches itself to another magnet there in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. But I do know it well enough to call it Sea-Dog, Chi-Chi, and see smooth. So let's go ahead and hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. And it's going around tracing the shape of the right side of the frame now. And the old carpenter saying, measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Of course, in this frame, with this prescription, you'll have none. But I do cut very strong prescriptions for free every day, and that does become more critical with the higher powers. So if you see light flickering in the background, that is water there to catch the optical sawdust. As it touches down on the cutting wheel, the lens debris, which is known as schwarf, will fly off the back, and the water will wash it away as it comes in contact with the machinery. Now, polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex materials cut wet, meaning that water sprays onto the lens for the duration of the cutting cycle. Now, water will spray onto this lens for the last 20 seconds, just to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edge of the lenses now. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. These are the Essilor brand of Transitions 7. In fact, I skipped a part. Let me grab my tools. Minus 150, minus 1, minus 150, minus 1. Let me highlight the power. You'll be receiving these to know that you got exactly what was ordered. This is the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the unright lens. -1 1/4, -75. -1 1/4, -75. And what I'm highlighting at the top is it's a freeform single vision lens. AS stands for aspheric. Essilor calls polycarbonate airwear because they feel it's light as air. TR transitions, and then the Roman numeral 7. GY for gray. HC is hard coated for the scratch coating that goes on there. So you're going to receive these, everyone who orders from me, so you know you're getting the original Essilor brand of transitions lenses. But as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lenses. The same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from flying debris and shrapnel. It's also the same material that OSHA requires in safety glasses for people who work on factory floors, or carpenters, construction workers, people who, landscapers, weed eating. This is the best material for protecting your eyes. But the protection does not stop there. It also has 100% UVA and UVB protection. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to our skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. Unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun, this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. One other great thing about transitions, it's still an awesome way to protect against harmful blue light out there. There are some anti-glare coatings to assist with that, but transitions still blocks about 38% of harmful blue light emitted, not just from the sun, but from today's electronic devices like cell phones, tablets, computers, that kind of thing. So now I'm going to open the door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just got to stare at it for a couple hours, but I can do it, y'all. The only thing I can't do is come up with new jokes. So if anyone has a funnier joke, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I'll read it on the air and give you credit. You don't even have to include your name. I'll recognize your handwriting. So that did not want to pop in. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to take it down about 1/10 of a millimeter. Hit retouch. Now I don't want to force the lens into the frame. If I did, it would cause the frame to stretch over time. So, or worse, what we in the industry call rolling the frame, having a frame, a rolled frame. If you can imagine the bottom of your frame being like a gutter. If in this shape, U-shaped, which is what it is with that bevel in there, if the lens were too large, it would force the frame to start to roll outwards at the bottom, which is the skinniest part. This is what's going to absorb the force. That will give you an ugly cosmetic look as well as shorten the life of the frame. So I'm never going to let anything like that happen. I do what's known as a cold mount, a cold insert. I pop the lens into the frame when it goes in easily. Some people cheat. They will use hot air. They will turn on a hot air blower, and the plastic becomes pliable, easier to stretch and pop the lens into. But again, over time, that starts to stretch and roll, and this guy with the 2 thumbs ain't having it. So, you want a perfectionist like me cutting your lenses? I cut every pair that gets shipped worldwide. I personally inspect every lens, every frame. That's what you get when you buy glasses from me. Told you, y'all, I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. And that's one of the ways I do it. So, let me dry everything off. Make sure there's no more schwarf on the edge of the lens. May the schwarf be with you, except it ain't. I scraped it off with my thumb. So I'm going to tuck everything in at the outside corner, then using my thumbs press down the nose, it snaps in easily. We're going to flip that over to L, do the same thing, line up the magnet into the Charlie Charles, hit the green arrow, the door closes, the clamp shuts, the lens is going to be traced by the artist formerly known as 2 white styluses. They're getting a little dingy, I need to clean those up. But it's going around, you can see as it traces the shape of the left side of the frame. Following the finger, follow the finger, bing, turn the page. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have no edge thickness. Look at that. Yo, Aunt B, you got no edge thickness. So, we're going to pop this block off. That made a good sound. Throw that in there, pull the sticker off. Man, the sticker's growing. Look at that. Look at that. And we're going to put him right, the little flap right there. Let's put him right there and pin him down. We'll put the other one across there. So, I'm going to come down here to the lensometer, spin it back to 102. Soft jams. Thanks for tuning in. I had a flashlight here once upon a time. Okay, so let me turn and read the power on there. I am getting minus 150. 150 is exactly halfway between 1 and 2. That's because the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R, starting at 0 and going up in quarter increments from there. 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. You are on the 6th rung of a ladder. You are nearsighted. You need 6 steps of far-sighted correction to see far away. With your glasses off, everything is really crisp up close. But you need 6 steps of far-sighted correction. Now, once everything is the correct size, you still need another 4 steps of astigmatism correction. Now, there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. It just means you have 2 curves on your eyes, a 6-step curve and then another 4 steps this way, slightly steeper, and it's how you line up those 2 curves to make everything nice and crisp. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F, so that's what that does, makes everything nice and crisp. When we turn that fine-tune knob to 102, if you can start imagine a straight line being from 0 to 180 with 90 in the center, we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to about 102. Now your left eye we're going to turn to 67, but hang on, let me check the power of your astigmatism. Read that second curvature, and we're getting minus 250, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. Remember high school algebra where you add 2 like signs together? Yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to test you on this. Let's use today's term. Someone borrowed $1.50, then they borrowed another $1, they would owe you $2.50. That's where we're at, $2.50 in the red. So, your left eye, you only need 5 steps of far-sighted correction, and you only need 3 steps for astigmatism. So we're going to end up with a combined value of minus 2 there. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 67. Now, this last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. It's truly an arbitrary number and doesn't mean anything. These first 2 numbers are real values, which is to be concerned with. It tells you where to place things. So let's come down here. Aunt B, I want you to open the door with your mind. Come on, concentrate, Aunt B. There you go. There you go. First day on the job and you're doing it right. So we're going to dry everything off here. Run my thumbnail around. Take the lens. Pop it in at the outside corner first, and then push down with my thumbs at the nose. And where's the block? Here we go. Here we go. Let's take this off. Pop that off. Pull that sticker. Where were we going to put it? I can't remember. Right there. That's where we're going to put it. So let's do that. Come on, double-sided. We're going to get you on there. Keep coming back. Tune in to watch as this thing grows. Let's come down here. Turn that fine-tune knob to 67. Put it in above the black dot in the center. Read the power. I am getting 1 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 1. Let's check your astigmatism correction of minus 75. You have 1 more additional lens power. So we end up at minus 2. That's perfect, right where we want to be. I couldn't have done any better if I'd cut these lenses myself. So, your pupillary distance is 33.5 for the right, 34 for the left, for a combined value of 67.5. Take the PD stick out of my pocket and place it against the 1 or the 0 on your right lens, and then we hold it up to the left lens. We're getting 67.5, so that's cut perfectly too. Let's take... Now, this is the point in every video you guys have watched. You know that while I clean your lenses, I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the U.S. But I'm going to deliver these. You buy your 6th pair of glasses, I'm going to deliver them to you. So, but when you get other people out there, when you order from me, when you get your Versaces in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance, excuse me, let me reposition the camera there. There's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And I'm no exception. I'm part of that 80%. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Versace 3245 in the blue Tortoise. Yes, that is a Tortoise color with the blue and silver. This also comes black and silver. Of course, this also comes in, this too comes in black and silver and a Tortoise and gold, or Tortoise and brown, I should say. I researched that. This part is brown. So let me flip that over, press down. There is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and then neither temple is askew. Now this is what your lenses look like while they are clear. I'm going to go ahead and activate them, meaning I'm exposed them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light. And as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to turn dark. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15. Now this is important, Aunt B and everyone else out there watching. Transition lenses will get dark on day one. They're going to continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years with maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're inside of a car behind the windshield. Your windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays, so your dashboard doesn't crack from sitting in the sun all day. Now, if you have a convertible or a motorcycle, yes, they will darken. Now, they're also temperature sensitive, meaning that they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. Now, the transitions extra active will get about 30 to 50% dark inside of a car, and they'll get darker in hotter weather. It's designed for extra active people. So, hence the name. But this is the first time they've been activated. Don't worry, Aunt B, they're going to get darker than this for the next 2 weeks. Come on, we talked about that, don't you remember? So that's it. If you like what you've seen and you want to see more, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. You can follow me on Twitter as freerxlenses, or if you have any questions, you can email me or simply click the Contact Me button on the website, or you can email me directly at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Although recently I've started asking people to leave their question or comment in the comment section below. That way other people can benefit from your question and learn from your inquisitive nature. And you can see as I run my mouth, as these continue to lighten even more so until, like I said, about 45 seconds to a minute, they'll be back to virtually clear. So that's that. Aunt B in Beverly Hillsboro, multiple business owner. Hope you enjoyed watching as I cut your prescription lenses with Transitions Gray for your Versace 3218 color GB1 and the 53 eye size. I'm See More Better. Of course, now that's Mo Better, and now everyone's got a chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.